They're trying to destroy it all for the reset so they can come along and say, the only way we can keep you safe, the only way you are safe is if you obey. Let me give you guys some examples. Some very simple examples.
Yeah, 100%.
Let me give you some examples, right? Because once the only thing that's preventing a huge reset right now is the human element. The human element is the one thing that they're combating against. So we were talking earlier about...
What do you mean by the human element?
Right. We're talking about kids going to school and the mother involved and the human ideas, the human element. So let's give an example. The last 3 years, there was a pandemic, blah, blah, blah. They made all these crazy rules. The rules only exist if the police enforce them. And during the pandemic, I traveled the entire world. I never stayed still for a second. I managed to get in and out of every country I wanted to. I did whatever the fuck I wanted. So Sweden never locked down. They don't want to talk about that. They don't talk about the fact that in Stockholm, in nightclubs, it was full of chicks and it was completely fucking normal without masks.
The whole time?
The entire fucking time. So I'm in Stockholm for 3 months, right? So you can go to Stockholm, go from country to country, whatever. The country where the police forces are more professional, more inside of the matrix, had stricter COVID rules than the countries where the police are more corrupt and more lazy because you can't enforce it. So if I was in Serbia and didn't wear a mask and the police over there comes and said mask, I said, bro, this is stupid. I'm not wearing a mask. Okay. He doesn't get paid enough. He doesn't care. American cop, you better put it on, bro. Put on the mask. Like, so the police force, the more matrix-minded they are, the more strict the society is going to be. And I'm saying the human element because there are certain laws that they'd love to make, but they can't make because they're too far for the police, even in completely controlled countries, Western countries, to enforce. If they were to say to the American police, kill everyone with the long hair, the police wouldn't do it, right? But the human element is being removed. This is what I'm trying to say. All this shit with electric cars and AI and all this stuff. Wait until the police are robots. Wait till they bring on the new COVID shit and there's no human element in the enforcement. Wait till it's fucking pure robotic. When they program the robots, if he ain't got a mask on, take him out.
I think there's going to be a new...
They won't give a fuck. There's not going to be, that's a grandma without a mask. It's not going to be, oh, that's my brother without a mask. It's not going to be, you know what, this pandemic's gone on too long. This guy doesn't have a mask on. It's not going to be, he's asthmatic. Da-da. There are certain things you could, even as stupid as the police were during this thing, because the police proved themselves to be fucking retards. As stupid as they were, you could still reason with them. Maybe not in America, but in many places in the world, you could say, gee, I'm not wearing a fucking mask. It's a wedding. I want to take a wedding photo. And they'd be like, okay. Like, in many places in the world, COVID wasn't really that real because the police didn't really enforce it because they knew it was stupid. Once it goes robotic, then that's the great reset. And here, do you know how they're going to do it? They're going to do it under the guise of safety. They're going to come along and say, all these accidental shootings by human cops, accidentally killing people, we can't trust police officers as people because we're all flawed. A machine never makes a mistake. You're going to be safe with the machine cops. Don't worry. The machine cops come along. And when the machine cops have replaced us all, then the enslavement begins.
But we're a long ways away from that.
We're okay. Then let's take electric cars. Electric cars is the same deal. Electric cars is the same thing. They want us all to have electric cars because they can turn your car off. That's all the reason they want you to have one. They can turn it off. They can't turn off your combustion engine, but they can turn off your fucking electric car. So they're forcing us all to have them.
What about for the environment, though?
Here we go. Now let's talk about that. Talk about that bullshit. They want electric cars so they can stop you moving. So that's the whole point of it. You think they give a solitary fuck about the environment? You said environment. The amount of lithium they're digging up to make these batteries is doing more damage to the environment than a fucking petrol engine could ever do. You're telling me about the environment, and these people are so scared about climate change, but then the second they get money...
I think they're just doing it because it makes money, though. Because people will buy something to feel environmentally friendly.
What I'm saying
is... I don't think Elon Musk's sitting there thinking, oh, I want to turn people's cars off. He's thinking, people are going to buy electric cars to save the environment, and I'm going to make fucking money.
Correct. But the people who are in charge of the world are going to propagate...
Yeah, they'll get behind it.
They're going to propagate it and purport it under the guise of control, because it's all they're interested in is more control.
Is he behind it then, too?
It's not... No, I think I actually believe Elon's a relatively good guy just making a good product. The point I'm trying to make is this. The way they're going to make us, because if Elon was a good guy making a good product, fine. But why are they going to force us to have electric cars? Because it's coming. Already in Europe, you can't sell diesel cars after 2026.
Really?
Yeah, already they're stopping. Look it up. Fuck? You can only buy electric cars within 10 years.
No, they don't care.
But then, not yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but then everyone's going to start to make electric cars.
Correct. So so not about Elon, because all the manufacturers make electric cars, right? America, the reason America is delayed in this, because America, a lot of the lobbying to the government is done by oil companies. That's also why America doesn't have rail. Have you ever wondered why America, as big as it is, doesn't have bullet trains?
Doesn't have what?
Like bullet trains, like China or Japan. They have bullet trains. They have 300 mile per hour trains that are never late for even a single second. America would be perfect for that, but they don't have it because big oil comes along, lobbies the government, makes sure all the rail projects are shut down, so you have to drive your ass on the freeway, on these huge freeways, which is good for the oil companies, for the gasoline. So that's a side note. So that's why it's delayed in America, because the big oil is involved. But if you look at Europe, most European countries are already starting to say you have to have an electric car. You can still drive your petrol car, but you have to buy an electric car or a hybrid by 2026. Lamborghini's just gone hybrid. Aston Martin's new car is a hybrid. Even the supercar companies are going hybrid because they know they're going to have to, right? And they're doing this under the guise of climate change. What did I say earlier about the Trojan horse? We care about the planet, climate change, climate change, climate change, climate change. The Trojan horse inside of that is we're going to control you. We're going to stop you eating as much meat. We're going to stop you flying around on planes. You're going to have an electric car that we can control and we know exactly where it goes and we can turn it off. We're going to stop you doing X, Y, Z for the environment. But the people who are in charge of the world who purport this shit, are they flying on economy planes or are they flying on jets?
Jets.
They're flying on jets. When they get rich and they're so scared about sea levels, they buy a nice big mansion on the water. You ever notice that? Dude, I thought the sea was coming, but you want a fucking mansion on the beach. You're not very scared of it now, are you?
And they'll also have armed guards and say that people can't have guns.
Can't have guns. So this is what I'm saying. All of these things that the Matrix purports, it's all fucking bullshit because the people who are actually fucking involved in purporting it are not concerned by it on any level. And they're going to come along to you and say, for the environment, don't eat meat, drive your electric car on Tuesdays, the only day it's going to turn on. Fuck you, you're a peasant, you're a slave, you're a peon. That's what you are and that's what you'll be. If you try and go to the protest about being a slave, we will shut your electric car off. Fuck you.
Fuck yeah.
Slavery's coming. And if you resist too much, the kill bots are going to turn up to your house, fucking drag you to Gulag Center number 7. That's the future of humanity. We're living in one of